back up because they may not get over here.
Shoot, I usually bring a Bluetooth speaker too. Yeah. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, you're like, I watch your entire flight. It's good. Are we? I don't know yet. I'm still nervous. I'm not. Don't play like I can't. Oh no. Don't tell anybody. I gotta let this soak in, man. Holy fuck, man, let's soak in. It's gonna be a good couple of years, man. Fuck, it's gonna be fun year. A lot of fucking flying, and holy shit, now we can represent the USA. That's really what I wanted to do it. Now you get like, now you finally get your true. You know what's even cooler? You got, yeah, twice. Right before I came back after that. Cause only you, Marty.
took it. Is it there? I thought I was going to be the problem. Like, get ready in time. Yeah, come on. No.
I'll go to Marco first. I'll park here. Okay?
Mic on, so you're good to go.
It's on?
Yep.
It's on?
It's on. You're good.
Everyone can hear me? Hello, Lori.
Might be some wind noise.
So the first pilot up for the 4 minute free is going to be, as Lori's already pointed out, Jim Bourke. No, they are gone. The Canadian flags are gone. Hey, Alex. Hey, Kelly. Oh, Aaron's on too. Oh, thank you, champion. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thanks. It was, the conditions today were a lot different than before. We probably had 20 knots-ish across the box this morning starting out. So we're just waiting for Jim right now. He's just circling up ahead, and they're going to get the music cued for the judges here. And if anybody has any questions about the 4 minute free, then I will be glad to answer them. There are certain rules how they fly a 4 minute free. It's not just like most people think it's just an air show. There's a set criteria and point deductions that come through their flights. The commentary team today, I am riding solo, so it is just me. I actually did the 4 minute free last year, and it was actually the first time I've ever watched a 4 minute free. And I'll tell you guys, if you've never seen one in person, it is not like your standard air show. There's a bit different rules that they can do here than in air shows, purely because of how ICAS regulates things. And yeah, it's just awesome watching them in person, especially since we're 400 or 500 feet from these guys flying down low. But Jim's up overhead right now. He is pushing in. He's going to do 3 wing wags. That'll show the start of his music. And there's the smoke. There's 1, 2, and 3. So this is the start of his sequence. He has 4 minutes to show us what he can do. Oh, Eddie, I'm sure they're going to enjoy the show. Man. So it looks like Jim's got a knife edge spin into an inverted flat spin. And you'll notice on these sequences, they don't really correspond with left, right, X or Y axis. They'll maneuver their airplane all around the box. And the whole point is, as we see in this figure here, is to try and make each figure just look in a different manner to the judge, and they get to utilize any axis they want. Yeah, so David, in the 4 minute free, the really only criteria that has to be met is the sequence has to be flown for at least 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and it cannot exceed 4 minutes. Every second prior or after 4 minutes, every second prior 30 seconds, and after 4 minutes is 10 points of penalty. All their figures have to meet, they call it gyroscopic forces, and they have to use all the envelopes, so everything from slow rolls, slow flight, all the way up to like high performance maneuvers. So Jim here is flying a 330 SC. That he's had for quite a while, which is probably one of the coolest painted 330 SCs there are around. Jim's on the top now, just finished doing multiple, I think about 6 or 7 snap-ons there. Oh, wow. Yeah, so we're actually, Ben, we're about, I don't know, 50 feet behind the judges' center. So I'm basically on the judges' lines where we're sitting right now. We are relative to the airport. We're a few, about 1,000 feet from where all the aircrafts are parked at. You don't have we are facing west, Ben. That is correct. We are facing west. There's a lot of cloud cover today, so we didn't need to swap the boxes around in the viewing point. But of course, the presentation score is a big thing in the 4 minute free because the whole point is to try and keep it in front of the judges. And you guys don't have a reference, but there goes Jim's wag out. He's finishing his 4 minute free. I did not have a stopwatch on, so again, as long as he's finished before 4 minutes and after 3 minutes and 30 seconds, you should have no time penalties. So next up we have Michael Gallaway. There'll be a few minutes before that. They're launching everybody as soon as the kind of right as the other person finishes up. So any questions or anything like that, feel free to throw them down below. what was your favorite part about the broadcasting this week? James, do I sound faint or do I just not talk proper English? Is it a wind noise you're hearing, James? So the mic gain's might be a little too high?
What do you say?
The mic gain sounds a little too high.
Mic gain is too high. Oh, that's insightful. Give us a mic check.
Alright, mic check 1 2 1 2, you heard me. Guys, is the mic sounding any better now? Sounds like it's peaking with the wind.
Here, slide the computer to the left. Slide everything left.
Yeah, they don't have to use smoke, that is correct. But again, it is a 4-minute free, so the smoke will add effects to certain figures, you know, torque rolls, other things like that. Yeah, guys, we're right beside the box. You know, these guys are bringing it down to, you know, 400 or 500 feet on some figures, so it might interfere with some, but we have a container lid now, trying to block some of the wind and the noise. Forrest Fox over here is rigging things up perfectly for us. Alex, I was the most disappointed. Oh, here comes the wax. He's coming in the box straight at the judges. This first figure, he's come at the judges. The only issue is he's kind of coming behind the judges now. And, you know, they still abide by the boxes, so that might cause some point deductions there. Yeah, and it is Spanky. Most of you guys might not know, Mike Gallaway's name is Spanky. You know, Mike Gallaway was competing in the advanced category, and so because he has at least a 250-foot air show waiver card, he's allowed to perform the 4-minute free. And he just wanted to let me give you guys a heads up that he's flying the John Hale's Extra 330 LT, and it's sponsored by the Best of Texas Barbecue, and he wants to thank them for letting him use his plane to compete at the United States National Aerobatic Championship this week. And Spanky is also, for those of you that don't know, he has flown in 4 world championships, and he has been a judge at more than 3 of the world championships. Thanks, David. So now that Spanky's got it more in the box.
Raindrops.
Oh, yeah, see, there's some other good information Lori was able to point out there. I just know Mike Gallaway is one of my competitors this week, which was a hard guy to fly against. So now he's coming back in from the left side. Doing some slow rolls. So right there, looks like he's skidding the plane around, and now he's bringing it right back down to show center. And Spanky likes to bring it right at the judge law, it looks like. It's pulling it right back up. He must be 200-300 feet before the judge is doing this. Okay, there you go. Yeah, the champion, the minimum criteria to do the 4-minute freestyle is you have to be an Olympic competitor, or you can be an advanced competitor with at least a minimum of a 250-foot surface SAT card. And there is Spanky wing wags as he gets finished with his 4-minute freestyle. Back to Alex's question, how was flying Rob's plane? You know, it is the most comfortable flight I've ever had, as well as I did an illegal thing in this plane, and I did not fly it inverted. I flew it straight level, so I'm like the worst pilot ever. I do need to see a Dr. Kelly. Need to go to an insane asylum. Up next is Craig Gifford. He's just departed. He's climbing out right now, heading over here for the box. Start his 4-minute free. Yeah, see, champion 428, you're smart. Don't want to get in trouble with the boss. Or the VP, I guess, vice president. No, the only thing that made me wish is I had an extra 2 cylinders in my plane. Although with it being 50 degrees here this morning, it felt like I had an extra 2 cylinders in my plane. So Craig, he just got back from WAC along with the team this year, and they have back out here competing in the 330 SC, and Craig was a USA Unlimited team member as well. Andrea, are you in Salina? And Andrea Kish, is it? Eddie Creek, how does this affect other planes in the area? What do you mean by that question? How does it affect the local traffic in the area at the airport? Craig is heading in now. We're gonna wait for the wing wags. There's the smoke on. Oh, nice. All right, so he is wagging in on the vertical. Eddie, we'll get back to your question after the break. Once you start, now we're starting this 4-minute free. So again, Craig here is flying the same plane as Jim Bourke was flying, and he's doing the same thing here. He is actually angled off, snapping right at the judges, creating that wow effect. So right now he's at about 350 feet. Nice, going right back up to the vertical, bringing it super high back in the sky, right at show center. And so here was a great question about, do you need smoke or not? And there was an effect right there, right, to turn the smoke off to show the verticalness of the plane. remember each of these pilots have to show the envelope of the aircraft. So they can't just do everything at 220, 230 knots. They have to show everything from a 30, 40, 50 knots all the way up to the high speed, and it just shows how well that man and machine can work together. Yeah, James, Craig is definitely wowing us right now. Size comes straight back down. So here he's actually pulling it away from the judges. So he might be setting up for something to bring back to the judges for an on the judges effect. And again, that's exactly what he's pushing right over at the judges right now. Oh, and he's pushing it out and around back down the center of the box. So right now he's directly at show center, rolling these on a 45 angle. Going back towards show center, right at the judges. Nice 4-point roll, and he's going to pull vertical hard. So, we'll start with James. I only left 30 away. Anywhere from plus 10 to probably minus 7. It all kind of depends. Right now he's not pulling a lot of G's because he's climbing up on a 45. But on these really high speed pulls, I'm sure he's pulling closer up to 10 G's on some. And so right now he's kind of inverted, showing how slow the plane can fly. Yellow Dog Adventures in Salina, Kansas. Hobie 1, how do the judges score this if they don't have perfect lines and geometry to work from? So, that is the end of Craig's show. So, Hobie, how they score this is we call it a 4-minute freestyle, and the reason why it's a freestyle is because it's similar to their interpretation of a dance in the sky. So some people are very high velocity and some people are very ballet style or slow, and it doesn't have to be perfect lines. They have to show the aircraft's envelope, so everything from low speed, as we saw David comment there about that low speed roller, or high speed, which are these flicks and 4-point rolls. So they don't have to be exactly what's on there. Alex, do the judges have a sequence card? No, they do not. They have music. Some of them have music and some of them don't. And then the rest of them, what they'll do is they just kind of fall around the sky and see what it does. And the other thing too is things have to flow together, so they can't do a high G pull. Doing a high G pull into a very, very slow roll isn't a good flowing maneuver. So some of them might have to be a high G pull into a fast roll, but also they have to show great control of the aircraft. So something that we saw Spanky do, Mike Gallaway, was he did a really slow half roll and and then do a quick roll.
That's okay. You're good.
And then and then back to the other question about how do we coordinate with the tower. So the tower here has been great. Basically, the IAC and the local airport authorities and the FAA controllers get together and figure out the best course of action on which way the flight should go. And luckily, the runway here is very big, and where the aircrafts are located out on the ramp, a lot of the times they get to use we use different taxiways, or we land and roll off on a certain taxiway, and we depart off another taxiway. But no, the Salina air traffic controllers and the tower and everything has been great. And generally how it works is we'll take off on the tower frequency, we'll swap to somebody that's in a hold frequency, and then from the hold frequency we'll actually go to the person that's controlling the box that we're flying in. So the hold is just where we're hanging out at until we get cleared into the box by the chief judge. So next is actually our fellow IAC competitor from all the way from Japan. His name is Yuichi Takagi, if I've pronounced it correctly. I actually had to ask him for this because it's a but he is from Japan. I'm going to give a quick bio on him because he gets to come around every now and again. A lot of you that have been around the IC will know about him. He's also known as Red Fox Air Shows. He flies a Pitts, I believe it's a Pitts S2S, and he's got about 8,000 hours. He actually started flying in 1992, and then became a flight instructor not too long after it. He's born in Nagasaki, Japan, and raised in Kanagawa, Japan. And then he enrolled in the Aviation Academy over there to actually become an aircraft mechanic first. And then during his winter breaks in Japan, he would come to Riverside, California, and do his first flight lessons in the 150. And then in 2004, his first aerobatic competition was in Paso Robles, California. And he also received the best first time award sportsman award. His first air show was in actually Salinas, California. In the U.S. National Aerobatic Championships in 2016, he placed 11th out of 13 Olympic competitors and is the only Pitt special at that championship. And he's also the only Pitt special and the unlimited category here. And I have been fortunate to be on the judge line, and he has flown every flight this week and has flown it crisp, well, and it has been awesome to watch him pull this plane around and hang out with the extra 330 SCs and all these MXSs. We all love biplanes. He's diving in the box right now, and I'll tell you something, it is a loud plane. I'm assuming this is, oh, here we go, multiple snap rolls on the way down. That was awesome. Look at that. So here's the debate. Do you guys love biplanes more or monoplanes? Right now he's coming in from the left side. And he's pulling up on the left side of the show box right now, doing these rolls. And he's actually rolling the plane along the y-axis of the box back towards the center, towards the judges. So right now he's in front of the judges. So although he's getting good video on these maneuvers, they're actually quite far to the left side of the box. So again, it might hurt his presentation score a little bit, but man, does it look awesome. Oh, just hanging on the prop there. looks like he's doing a rolling loop here. So he's starting from the ground, and now he's flipping it around, but he was rolling to the vertical. Right over the judges. So here comes the high alpha. And he's going to hold this thing as high as he can, as much AOA as he can. Wow, he's hanging on the prop there. And there he goes, wags out for the finish of his 4-minute free. So James, the smoke, it's just a thin viscosity type of oil. I don't really exactly know what type of oil it is, but it's just piped right. Yep, just like Champion said, it's piped right into the exhaust pipe, and some of them have them in different spots. The higher it is up in the exhaust, the less horsepower, the more horsepower deduction you take from it. So a lot of these guys will have it piped in lower down, and a lot of smoke systems have different amount of oil you can pump through it so that it changes the how much smoke is pumped out. Would it be possible to point one of these planes straight up and have it hover kind of like a helicopter? Well, James, just behind me somebody's taking off, and his name's Robert Holland, and my cameraman is actually laughing here because if anybody knows anything about helicoptering a plane, I think it's this guy, and we probably have 30 knots of wind, and I'm sure this guy knows how to helicopter a plane in some wind.
It's like you planned it. Question. It's like,
Yeah, James, that was a perfectly timed question. I sound like a real reporter here. I'm going to take Pete Montine's job. It says Marco Bell live with IAC. Does that sound good? Yeah, if I don't make it out as a pilot, right, Andrew, I'll do the IAC stream. So the music actually isn't for you guys. A lot of it will be because I assume it's copywriting infringement stuff. So the music is actually played right behind the judges, so the judges will hear the music. And Rob's diving in right now. You'll see the smoke, and here comes the wags. Yes, that is correct, James. 530RH. So here's Rob's famous maneuver, the inside tumble. So I'll do my best to narrate. Oh, and this is, how about G's? This is probably a negative 9G push right there. So here's another maneuver he invented. It's called the inside-outside roll. I believe that one is. To the world's smallest loop. that's Rob. He's turning the plane on a 360-degree axis horizontally. Yeah, James, physics doesn't apply. He actually has a physical physics switch that turns everything off. The world doesn't, the world doesn't revolve around the plane, and when that thing's off. So right now, Rob is coming right at the judges, slow rolling the plane. Oh man, I don't even know what we call that. Maybe you guys can give that maneuver a new name. Could be the inverted frisbee. It's on a different axis there, Alexander. It's on his right at the judges, so it's not in the normal inverted frisbee spot. Yeah, Lori. Rob just confirmed yesterday won his 11th U.S. National Aerobatic Championship title here, and I think it's safe to say there he is hanging on the front. There's your helicopter, slow rolling right out of it. Now he's going to do the same thing inverted. Oh, now he's... never mind. It's just... Oh my gosh. Here's the helicopter. Man. Now guys, I did not do that in the MXS. I just flew it straight and level. James, I don't even know what just happened there either. I don't even know how to explain that. There's his wags. Guys... We appreciate each and every one of you following along, listening. We thank all the 1,000 that was able to subscribe to make this happen. IEC appreciates all that you're able to do, and this is a wrap for the 2022 International Aerobatic Championships in the U.S. National Aerobatic Championships in Salani, Kansas. We appreciate it all, and thank you, Lori.
Yeah, this end stream.